That's right. We just got a press release that states the latest EPA numbers on the new 2020 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel.
Yep, and at the end of this video, we're going to reveal those numbers. But here's what happened. It got us thinking, well, what are the best and worst EPA numbers for half-ton trucks? And we decided to give that to you. Straight answers right here on this board.
Yep, and if you care about fuel economy, this is the video to watch, especially, obviously, if you're shopping for a half-ton truck. So let's start with the worst, because there's a few here.
There are indeed, and bear in mind that when we're talking about the Toyota Tundra 4x4, that has one engine available, the 5.7 liter V8.
Yeah, and by the way, these numbers are mostly for 2019 and 2020 models. And for 2020, the Tundra, the smaller V8 is actually falling away.
Yeah, it's gone.
Discontinued it. And the combined number for 4x4 Tundra is 14, which is by today's standards, you'll see later, that's really poor.
Yeah, that's on the low side. So 13 city, 17 highway. Let's next go to the Nissan Titan with the Pro 4X package, and it has the 5.6 liter V8. Now currently, it gets 17 miles per gallon combined. That's 15 city and 20 highway. Important news here, the new Nissan Titan will have a new transmission, and we're expecting better EPA results.
Yeah, but we don't have those numbers yet for the 2020 Titan. This is the 2019 model, and only one engine available, that 5.6 liter V8. So that was simple, so that's out of the way, right?
Right,
but
easy.
Now it gets a little bit more complicated because Ford, GM, and Ram have many engines, but we want to list the worst and the best for you.
Next up is the Ford F-150 4x4 with the Coyote V8. Now, when it's configured with the heavy-duty suspension, 16 MPG combined. That's 14 city and 18 highway.
This is basically kind of the worst of the MPG ratings for the Ford F-150.
Correct.
They also have the best, they have up to 6 engine configurations, and we'll get to that later on the best list.
Hell yeah, we will. What's next, Andre?
Well, it's GM, because the Chevy Silverado Trail Boss, actually V6 or V8, both get the same rating, which is pretty interesting, right?
That's crazy.
16 MPG combined for both of them. And somebody asked the question, why get a V6 versus a V8 if both of them have the same rating?
I would imagine it has to do with money.
Cashola, because starting prices are different. The V6 is cheaper, obviously, right? Another one is GMC Sierra 4x4. With a 5.3, and this was a 5.3 by the way as well, and a 6-speed, basically the same combined rating. So GM trucks, when you configure them in this way with a 5.3,
right,
get the 16 combined MPG, which is on the lower end.
That is correct. Now let's move up to Ram. The Ram 1500 4x4 coming in with the 5.7 liter engine without the e-torque. Yes, you can still buy the Hemi without the e-torque. Gets 17 miles per gallon combined, 15 city, 21 highway.
Yes, so that was kind of the worst players. So if you care maybe for a little bit lower starting price and also a little bit more power in some cases with the Hemi, and you don't care about fuel economy as much, those are the trucks, right?
There you go.
But now if you care about fuel economy the most, here's what we have.
All right. So we were talking about the Toyota Tundra earlier. Well, if you want the more efficient one, get the 4x2. That still gives you the 5.7 liter V8, and that also gives you 15 miles per gallon combined. That's 13 city and 18 highway.
That's 1 MPG better than the 4x4.
Yep, that is some big savings there. So let's move on to the Nissan Titan. Once again, the 4x2 with the 5.6 liter V8 will get you 18 miles per gallon combined. 15 city, 21 highway. Once again, 1 MPG better than the 4x4.
So if you need four-wheel drive, obviously you're going to lose some fuel efficiency. We all knew that, right?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
But let's move on to the more interesting parts. This is where the diesels are, right?
Right. So the big three have diesels in their half-ton trucks now. So let's start with the Ford F-150 4x2 with the new 3-liter diesel.
Yep, it's the Power Stroke, dude. And like you said, diesel engines half-tons are here.
Yep.
And it's really interesting because when configured in the base configuration, 22 city, 30 highway, and 25 combined. So 25, that's a really good number. That's like some crossovers are in the same space, right?
I've owned some cars that have get better or worse mileage, actually. Okay, the Chevy Silverado, the 4x2 with the new 3-liter diesel. And this gets 27 miles per gallon combined. That's actually really impressive. That's 23 city, 33 highway. So some big numbers there. In fact,
So
really
far,
good
it's the
numbers.
best.
Yes.
And we'll unveil the EcoDiesel in 1 minute.
Okay.
So-
we know you're waiting, guys.
Right.
GMC Sierra 4x2 with the same 3-liter diesel, but a different MPG number because 23 city, 30 highway, and 26 combined. Interesting difference.
Wah?
Maybe it's aerodynamics.
So we got these numbers directly from the EPA, fueleconomy.gov.
Right.
And I believe, the powertrains are the same. The trucks are brother trucks.
Yeah.
I think there's something going on here with the available rear differential ratios.
Oh, okay.
Rear ends. So we're just telling you the numbers, right?
Right.
Finally, let's drum roll it and unveil it. Will Ram be the class leader in diesel fuel economy here for half tons?
Let's quickly do a backstory on the new 3-liter diesel. It is basically an all-new or nearly an all-new engine as opposed to the one that used to exist.
Yes.
Built in Italy. And this powertrain is available on a variety of different Ram 1500s, including the Rebel.
Yes, and across the board, like you said, from tradesmen on up to the most luxurious trucks, and they're now leading the class in torque.
Yep.
480 pound-feet of torque in the new 3-liter. And also they can tow the most, 12,560 pounds.
Okay.
But do they get the best in class fuel economy here?
Let's find out,
Okay,
shall we?
let's
Okay,
go.
let's pull it away, Vanna.
Okay.
Ta-da! Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, so the two-wheel drive EcoDiesel, 22 city, 32 highway, 26 combined. Good fuel economy, but
Not as good as Chevy.
Silverado beats it by 1.
Interesting. Okay, so let's get to the 4x4. 4x4 gets 21 city, 29 highway, and 24 combined. Interesting numbers. Once again, Chevrolet seems to win when it comes to combined MPG and highway MPG.
Yeah, if you look at four-wheel drive GM trucks, actually, they also get 29 highway. So Ram, what they did is kind of, they're in the game, right?
Right, they're in the game.
So they're basically really up there as far as fuel efficiency is concerned. But that coveted number, the greatest highway MPG for half tons is still with the Chevy.
All right, well, you heard it here, guys. The Ram 1500 numbers have officially been announced, and you now have information based on the best and worst MPG you can get in a half-ton truck.
And you'll get more information on tfltruck.com. It's all there. You wrote the story, actually.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, there's more because we do real-world MPG testing of almost every truck we get our hands on.
Absolutely.
And that's including towing numbers.
And we were actually fortunate enough to actually test the 2020 EcoDiesel 1500.
Right.
It was a tradesman two-wheel drive, basically one of the more basic trucks they offer. And we did an MPG empty test.
Right.
And here's a little clip from that. All right, dude, the anticipation is killing me. 30.1 is the current trip meter reading. All right, Mr. Truck, the moment of truth.
Yes, let's just see how many gallons we use.
Always the same procedure, right? Wait for it to fill up.
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds.
30 seconds after that, we can click it again and see what happens. Oh, holy cow, we didn't use any fuel.
Okay,
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Wow, that was a quick fill up.
And here's a clip from it towing. How much?
7,000 pounds. That's our standard test.
This is really good. This is such a cool test. Usually I'm not excited about MPG tests. I am about this one because we're going to do it with the trailer. Without a trailer, we're actually going to know the numbers we couldn't get from Ram or the EPA yet, and I love that.
All right, so I just clicked our tow haul mode,
Okay,
so we're good there.
so we got to beat 11.6.
Yeah, we got to beat it. And the computer's saying what?
Say 11.3,
Wow, we're so close.
but that's coming back uphill. Going downhill,
Yeah.
we're like 12.1.
Yeah, well, let's see.
So it's
let's
gonna be close.
We cannot trust this right now. Let's get the pump reading.
That's right.
And also, we have a listing on our website that shows by towing on our highway MPG loop which are the winners and losers. And you got to see that because Ram EcoDiesel did really well towing on our MPG loop. By the way, you're probably wondering, oh, okay, that's nice. These trucks get really good fuel economy when you configure it with a diesel, right? But
Right.
how much cash are we talking about here?
That's right.
Additional money. And for the Ram, in fact, if it's a tradesman, you're talking about almost $5,000 to start. $4,995.
Right.
So you got to decide: are you driving a lot? Are you towing a lot? If you tow a lot and you put on a lot of miles, maybe a diesel makes sense for you. You can recoup that money.
That's right. There you have it, folks. We'll see you next time.